Hello, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Morte. A few minutes late, but right make a bat out of hell, I managed to get here in the end and see all you lovely people. So, good evening, and hello, Mary. How are you tonight? How is lovely Italy? I hope it's gorgeous. And hello, Andrew and Jane and Danny and RJ and Kathy. Oh, elegant! Not just good, but it's elegant. Well, that's wonderful. I can only imagine what the elegant Italy must be like tonight. And of course, Andrew, it is morning over there. So, good morning to you. And hello, Dee. And hello, Ellie and Elway. Hello, everyone. And I am very, very well. Thanks, Mary. It's the end of the week. And yes, I've only been at work one day this week, so I took the rest of it as holiday. But, hey, at least we're there. Thank you, Elway. I'm glad you like the hair. And thank you, Danny. Thank you for liking the jacket. Yes, I decided to dress up for you all this evening because you deserve a bit of Simon dressing up and some glamour. And I've just come from having a business lunch thing. So that's why I'm a little bit late tonight. And that's why I'm still wearing a jacket. So that explains it. Anyway, Dee, I hope the delay isn't too bad. I'm not married. Why, Andrew? Is Jane going to leave you? For me, I'm not sure if she'll enjoy the commute over to where I am. Well, Elway, what am I up to tonight? I am going to be reading from The Legends of Arthur by Sir Thomas Malory as I tell the story of the wonderful Sir Beaumains. And then, oh, Andrew, I hope that Jane can't see that comment popping up on the screen. No, I haven't dressed up for my poetry, although we could pretend that I've dressed up for my poetry. And maybe, subconsciously, I have dressed up for my poetry, Danny. I'll leave it up to your imagination as to that to be a reason I've left the jacket on. And that, of course, Elway, is the other thing I'm doing tonight. After I tell the stories of King Arthur, I'll be sharing some of my own narrative poetry. So thank you for that lovely comment. Very kind of you to say that I'm nice. Yay for pink, Ellie! Yay for pink! Wow, we're in a really good mood tonight, everyone, aren't we? Which is wonderful. And Andrew, I hope that Jane stays with you. We don't want Jane running off and leaving you. Whatever would you do, you'd have to change. Well, and that's where she should be. I hope that you're enjoying your breakfast on this fine morning. I hope that it is a fine morning as well. Hello, Marissa! Hello, how are you? Anyway, I am a Growth Hub Development Manager, which is a fancy way of saying that I project manage service design for business support in York, North Yorkshire and East Riding. There! If ever there was a grander title, I don't know. Ooh, nice cup of tea. Well, what type of tea, Andrew? I'm partial to an Earl Grey. It's just normal breakfast tea, though. Well, Marissa, it's... Oh, okay, everyone. Marissa's turning 20 today. Everyone, say happy birthday to Marissa. In fact, what I'm going to do, everyone, it's Marissa's birthday. Oh, I love birthdays. Happy birthday, Marissa. On the count of 3. Oh, Ceylon, very nice. Good choice. On the count of 3, I'm going to sing happy birthday to Marissa. And I want everybody watching on Scope at home to join me in happy birthday. And we'll see if we can do it loud enough to spread right around the world. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marissa. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! There, Marissa. Hope you enjoyed that. Oh, good point. I could have just been sued for the copyright of singing happy birthday to Marissa. Well, I'm sure that no one wants to go and sue me for that. So congratulations, Marissa. Thank you for coming along and joining us on your birthday. Happy birthday. 20 is a wonderful, wonderful age to be. I remember 20. No, I don't. No, actually, genuinely, I don't. But I imagine that my 20th birthday probably was fun. I'm 27 now, Ellie, so yeah, I'm too old to remember 20. I can vaguely remember 21. I can remember 19. 20 is a bit strange. I don't have any pets. Well, I hope that your sister is getting you something wonderful for your birthday, Marissa. It's my mother's birthday on Sunday. So October is a wonderful, wonderful month to have a birthday in. Fully, 58, Andrew. You're winning there. But I'm sure that you're probably the most distinguished and classiest of all of us. So, age of non-disclosure. Yes, I have readers instead of pets. As Dee says, they're much nicer than having pets. You don't have to clean up after them, and they give you just as much love. So, what a wonderful, wonderful start to tonight's storytelling. I love you guys so much. So, thank you for making me smile and laugh. October 21st for Dee. Well then, Dee, is October 21st a weekday, or when is October 21st? Are we doing a show on October 21st? Are we doing a show on October the 21st? Oh, no, that's not. That's September. October the 21st is a show day. So, Dee, we will sing happy birthday to you on your birthday as well. Excellent. I love finding this stuff out about you guys. So, October, April might be the cruelest month, but October is probably the best month for birthdays. Not before I tidy it, Andrew. I've had the week off work, so the room looks like I've been living in the room for a week. I'm sure I will do a show on the 30th of May. In fact, yes, it's a Monday, so as long as you guys still like me reading to you, come May next year, there'll be a show, and you can have happy birthday to sung to you as well, Ellie. Well, that's a shame, Andrew. Well, whilst your connection dropped, I showed everyone around my room, and now you won't get to see my room again until next week when I've tidied it and hidden the plates and all the books. So many books on the floor. Well, don't bump into anything serious. Make sure you're safe, Marissa. I'm not sitting. Andrew, I couldn't sit still if I wanted to. The first job I ever got fired from was being a living statue. It didn't work out. The pear was too big. My hand gestures were too big. It failed. Anyway. Poor Marissa. Bless you, Marissa. Bless you indeed. Poor Marissa. Anyway. Shall we get into tonight's show, ladies and gents? Shall we get into tonight's reading of Morte d'Arthur as we tell the story of Sir Beaumains and his stolen dwarf and the truth behind his lineage, and will his lineage, once discovered, unfreeze the heart of the Dame de Leon who does this. Marissa, you are a true fan. If you're actually bumping into stuff in the store, you are definitely a true fan. So, happy birthday to you. Right then, let's get into tonight's show with a quick recap of where we are. I tell you what, now we've got to this part of the story, I'm going to have to think of a new introduction to capping you all up, because I don't want to go and recap 20 chapters. So, there is a knight, Sir Beaumains, who is in secret the brother of Sir Gawain, who has chosen to prove himself not through his lineage, not through his connections and ties, but has chosen to be anonymous and prove himself as a worthy knight through nothing other than deeds alone. Sir Beaumains has gone off on a huge quest to save the Lady de Leon of the Knight of the Red Lands. Having rescued the Lady de Leon of the Knight of the Red Lands, Sir Beaumains has gone up to her to ask for her love and to claim her love as his reward. However, the Lady de Leon, not believing him to be a knight of any great standing or lineage, has insisted that he must spend another 12 months carrying out adventures and dangerous quests in order to prove himself as a knight most fair and true. Sir Beaumains has agreed to do all of this in order to get the love of the Lady de Leon, who he has loved at first sight. But as Sir Beaumains has gone off to go and fulfill these new quests and search for new adventure, the Lady de Leon has hatched a plot. She sent her brother, Sir Gringamore, to capture the page of Sir Beaumains, his dwarf, and to take this dwarf a prisoner and to pry from this dwarf the truth over who Sir Beaumains is, so that she can discover his true lineage that he's refused to reveal. We join Sir Beaumains tonight as he goes off in search of his dwarf. Will Beaumains rescue his dwarf before he reveals to the Lady de Leon that he is in fact a true great knight? Or will his secret be spilled? Ladies and gentlemen, on this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday evening, let's get into the show. It was then, as Sir Beaumains saw Sir Gringamore steal his dwarf, that he put on his helm, buckled his shield to his arm, and took his horse, and he rode after them all ever that he might ride, through marshes and fields and great dales, so that many times his horse and he plunged over the head in deep mires. For he knew not the way, but took the greenest way in that woodness, that many times he was like to perish. And at the last he happened to come to a fair green way, and there he met with a poor man of the country, whom he saluted, and asked him whether he met not with a knight upon a black horse, and all black harness, and a little dwarf sitting behind him with heavy chair. Sir, said the poor man, here came by me Sir Gringamore the knight, with such a dwarf mourning as ye say, and therefore I tell you not to follow him, for he is one of the most perilous knights of the world, and his castle is here nigh hand, but 2 miles away. Therefore I advise you to ride not after Sir Gringamore, but if you owe him goodwill. So we will leave Sir Beaumains, who refused to take this man's advice and chose to ride towards the castle, and we speak now of Sir Gringamore and the dwarf. Anon as the dwarf was come to the castle, the Dame Leon and Dame Lynette, his sister, asked the dwarf where was his master born, and of what lineage had he come. And, but if you tell me, said the Dame Leon, thou shalt never escape this castle, and be here ever a prisoner. So tell me his secret, and I shall set you free. And for that, said the dwarf, I fear not greatly to tell his name, and of what kin he is come. You should know that he is in fact a king's son, and his mother is sister to King Arthur, and he is brother to the good knight Sir Gawain, and his name is Sir Gareth of Orkney. And now I have told you his right name, I pray you, fair lady, Let me go to my lord again, for he will never out of this country until he has me again. And if he is angry, he will do much harm, or that he be stint and work your wrack in this country. As for that threatening, said Sir Gringamore, be it as it may be, we will go to dinner. And so they washed, and they went to meat, and made themselves merry and well at ease. And by cause the Lady Liane of the castle was there, and they made great joy. Truly, madam, said the knight unto her sister, well may he be a king's son, for he hath many good tashes on him, and he is courteous and mild, and the most suffering man that ever I met. For I dare say there was never gentlewoman who reviled a man in so foul a manner as I have rebuked him, and at all times he gave me goodly and meek answers again. And as they sat thus talking, there came Sir Gareth in at the gate with an angry countenance, and his sword was drawn in his hand, and he cried aloud, and all the castle might hear it, saying, Thou traitor, Sir Gringamore, deliver me my dwarf again, or by the faith that I owe to the order of knighthood, I shall do thee all the harm that I can. Then Sir Gringamore looked out at a window and said, Sir Gareth of Orkney, leave thy boasting words, for you won't get at your dwarf again. You coward knight, said Sir Gareth, bring him with thee, and come and do battle with me this instant, and win him and take him. So will I do, said Sir Gringamore, and me list, but all thy great words, you won't get him. Oh, fair brother, said the Dame Liane, I would that he had his dwarf again, for I wouldn't want him to be angry, and for now he has told me all I desired, I don't want to keep the dwarf any more. And also, brother, he has already done much for me, and saved me from the Red Knight of the Red Lands, and therefore, brother, I owe him all my service for all nights living. And you should well know that I love him before all others, and full fain I would speak with him too. But in no way would I want him to know what I were. I would want him to think that I were another strange lady. Well, said Sir Gringamore, since I know now your will, I will obey now unto him. And right therewithal he went down to Sir Gareth and said, Sir, I cry you mercy, and all that I have misdone, I will amend it at your will, and therefore I pray you that you would alight, and take such cheer as I can make you in this castle. Shall I have my dwarf? Said Sir Gareth. Yea, sir, and all the pleasures that I can make you, for as soon as your dwarf told me who you were, and of what blood you had come from, and what noble deeds you had done in these marches, that I regretted my words. It was then that Sir Gareth alit, and there came his dwarf and took his horse. Oh, my fellow, said Sir Gareth, I have had many adventures for thy sake. And so Sir Gringamore took him by the hand, and led him into the hall where his own wife was. There we have it, ladies and gents, halfway through tonight's tale, and at last we can call Sir Beaumains by his true name. He is Sir Gareth, son of King Lot, son of Morgan le Fay, the witch, brother of Sir Gawain, a knight of more noble lineage than never there was. And now, with the truth behind him revealed, we follow as Sir Gareth, otherwise known as Sir Beaumains, comes face to face with the Dame Leon, who has now confessed that she does love him, and, knowing him to be a knight of great stock and noble lineage, has nothing now to stop her from falling in love other than to test his true virtue. Ladies and gents, and hello Mozilla, hello Frank, hello everyone who's come through and joined us midway through today's tale. Hi Daria, hello. Join us as we go and finish off with the second half of tonight's tale. Then came forth the Dame Leon, dressed in disguise like a princess, and there she made Sir Gareth passing good cheer, and he her again, and they had goodly language and lovely countenance together, and Sir Gareth thought many times Jesus would that the lady of the Castle Perilous was so fair as she was. There were all manner of games and plays, and dancing and singing, and ever the more Sir Gareth beheld that lady, the more he loved her, and so he burned in love that he was past himself in this reason. And forth toward night they went into supper, and Sir Gareth found that he could not eat, for his love was so hot that he did not know where he was. All these looks were seen by Sir Gringamore, and then, after supper, he called his sister, the Dame Leon, into a chamber, and he said, "Fair sister, I have well seen the looks between you and this knight, and I will, sister, that you see he is a full noble knight, and if you can make him to abide here, I will do him all the pleasure that I can, and you were better than you are, you were well beware upon him." "Fair brother," said Dame Leon, "I understand well that the knight is good, and that he has come of a noble house. Notwithstanding, I will understand him better. Howbeit, I am most beholding to him of any earthly man, for he has had great labour for my love, and passed many a dangerous passage." Right so Sir Gringamore went to Sir Gareth, and he said, "Sir, make yourself good cheer, for you shall have no other cause, for this lady, my sister, is yours at all times, her worship saved, for know well that she loves you as well as you do her, and better it may than better be." "And I see that," said Sir Gareth. "There lived not a gladder man than I would be." "Upon my worship," said Sir Gringamore, "trust unto my promise, and as long as it liketh you, you shall rest here with me, and this lady shall be with us daily and nightly to make you all the cheer that she can." "I will well," said Sir Gareth, "for I have promised to be in this country for this 12 months, and well I am sure that King Arthur and other noble knights will find me where I am within these 12 months, for I shall be sought and found if I be and live." And then the noble knight Sir Gareth went unto the Dame Leon, which he then much loved, and he kissed her many times, and either one made great joy of each other, and there she promised him her love, certainly to love him and no other man the days of her life. Then This lady, the Dame Leon, by the assent of her brother, told Sir Gareth all the truth, what she was and how she was the same lady that he did battle for, and how she was the lady of the Castle Perilous. And she told him how she caused her brother to take away his dwarf. There we have it, ladies and gents. Sir Beaumains, revealed to be Sir Gareth, has finally caused the Lady de Leon to fall in love with him. And great mirth will be caused there. But there's always a but, ladies and gents. The peace of these two lovers won't last long. Monday we shall find out what happens to disturb the love of these two young free knight and his lady. I can't wait to share that with you guys. So, I hope you all enjoyed that tale. Did you enjoy that tale? I certainly enjoyed sharing that tale with all you guys. That was a lot of fun for me. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed that. You did, Penguin, but Penguin, you are in time for me to go and read my poetry in a couple of minutes. So sad that you missed the tale of how Sir Beaumains is no other than Sir Gareth, but you are in time to hear me bear myself in front of you all as I go and try my hand at some narrative poetry. So, as Frank says, deep breaths before I go and do that one and share it with all of you wonderful, lovely people. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me for that, and for the hearts and the love that we got from that. Well, thank you very much there. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you for coming to watch. I don't scratch at my hair, Frank. What I do is I put my hand. I will wait for you for poetry. I will wait for you for poetry, Dee. Don't worry. I will wait. But yes, in actual fact, I never used to play with my hair. Ever. Up until I was 15 years old and I read Great Expectations for the first time. And in Great Expectations, Pip is being tutored by, I believe it's Mr. Fenwick. And Mr. Fenwick, who's got this wife who's busybodying and nagging all around him and children surrounding him, will be, find himself pulling his hair all the time. And it was after I read Great Expectations as a teenager that I picked up this awful habit of tugging at my hair and playing with it. And it stayed with me ever since. Before then, before I read Dickens, I never used to play with my hair. And then Dickens came along. And yeah, that's what we got into. So, lovely Dickens. That's the effect that he can have on all of us, which is lovely. Anyway, ladies and gents, while we wait for Dee to get all caught up, what I'm going to do, so that I can make sure that my scope's saved properly and the catch on catch, I'm just going to quickly close this down. This will be a much shorter interval than normal because my poetry is right here. I'm going to close this down and then I will go and load up. Oh, it will take me a minute, Dee. Close this down, load it up, and then we'll do Poetry Live with me reading tonight. So I will see you guys in 60 seconds. Thank you so much for coming tonight. And happy birthday to Marissa again. And you guys are the best. I love all of you. Seriously. Anyway, down, up.